Seated plate raise. Make sure your feet are wider than your hips significantly in order to give you a good solid base. Typically you see people lean forwards and then lean all the way back, much the movement of most hang cleans, to be able to circumvent weakness in the shoulder. The biceps are typically strong enough to be able to hold here, but the the structure that's responsible for supporting this entire movement is the posterior capsule of the shoulder. And a lot of times you'll see the shoulder blades start to drift apart, and then a lot of excessive leaning backwards, and then the resultant successive overhead movement. So basically the over demand for this maneuver, uh, the brain responds by using a synergistic movement pattern of the entire musculature instead of isolating just the posterior deltoid. Seated plate punch, you're looking to have a perpendicular body alignment with respect to the surface that you're sitting on. Uh, you always want to be able to aggressively punch forwards and upwards at the same time. When you punch forwards alone, the weight of the implement that you're holding typically will put excessive strain on the anterior musculature, uh, and then the posterior has to stabilize that movement. So your shoulders will start to round forwards, which is not good. So basically, I'll cue to make sure that the shoulder blades retract and that the body stays upright. And the only way a lot of people can compensate for that or accommodate that request is to lean backwards, much the same way that a weak hip flexor will present itself. Is someone will tend to lean backwards, explosive movement in, eliminate the amortization phase where you would lock out and hold under load. Plate figure eights are basically an advanced version of the plate punches. However, in this particular maneuver, you have to maintain the plate in a perpendicular position to the ground. You have to rotate around the center axis of the plate, and you want to be able to have that center axis run straight through the xiphoid process of your sternums, basically your breastbone. Um, you want to have that line to just drive and steer and turn straight through a point that goes right through your sternum. You want to keep and maintain an upright posture, pack your neck, make sure we're not leaning back too much, and it becomes an internal and external balancing, working your rotator cuff, your bicep. Your arms are at 90 degrees, so you're in the strongest point, the strongest angle position of the elbow to produce force. So it's not challenging to be able to hold a weight such as this away from your body. The challenge comes in a coordinated fashion of rotating clockwise and counterclockwise without deviating your body's position, controlling your breath work, tightening up your core, um, and coordinating all those movements around a center axis.